First grade friends, welcome back. We are going to continue talking about comparing and contrasting. We are also going to use the metacognitive strategy, determining text importance today. So let's go ahead and look at this text. All right. I am going to read the text to you, and then we're going to talk about it a little bit. All right, here we go. Butterflies and moths. Butterflies and moths are both flying insects. They like to eat the same green plants. However, there are differences between butterflies and moths. Most butterflies have colorful wings, while most moths do not have brightly colored wings. All right, so yesterday, when I looked at two photos of different communities, I determined the most important information to help me understand. I paid attention to the poster's title. The words helped me understand what details were the most important. So I'm going to show you how I do this. All right. I'm going to reread the first two sentences for you in this text, okay? Butterflies and moths are both flying insects. They like to eat the same green plants. All right, from the title and photos, I know this passage is about butterflies and moths. I will pay close attention to any detail about butterflies and moths. So in those first two sentences, I read two very important details about butterflies and moths. They're flying insects and they eat green plants. Okay. So let's look at the last two sentences. However, there are differences between butterflies and moths. Most butterflies have colorful wings, while most moths do not have brightly colored wings. All right, so this text gives us some things to look at, butterflies and moths being the same or alike and different. Do you remember if something's alike, are we comparing it or are we contrasting it? Well, if you said compare, you're correct. So that means when we are talking about the differences, we are contrasting. So let's go ahead. I'm going to try something new today. So we are going to let's see if we can use a text box. This will be exciting. Oh, I hope so. All right. So we have to do some comparisons today. Oh, goodness. What just happened? All right. We're going to try. Okay, we have to come up or find the comparisons in the text. So, what ways are butterflies and moths alike? How can we compare them? Find one. Well, if you said they are both flying insects, you are correct. Oh, that is so small. Let's make it bigger. Let's see. They are both flying insects. Okay. What's another way that they are alike? How else can we compare them? Well, they eat the same green plants. They eat the same green plants. I got this information from the text. I went back and I looked to see how they were alike. So I used the text to answer the question. It is always important to go back into the text to answer your questions. All right, so we compared. Now it is time to contrast. So to contrast, that means to talk about the differences. All right, so how are moths and butterflies different? Well, one says, looks like there's something that says, butterflies have colorful wings, while most moths do not have brightly colored wings. So let's note that butterflies have brightly colored wings. And then they're different because most moths do not have brightly colored wings. All right, let's fix that text box so everything fits. There we go. Uh-oh, I did it again. All right, so we were able to look at a text and we were able to compare and contrast two animals based on the text. We went back into the text and we looked to see what was alike, and we also looked to see what was different in the two animals. So, what's a word in there in our text that kind of gave you a clue that they were talking about the butterfly and the moth in comparing them? Well, if you said both, you are correct. Both is a word that kind of says they are together. So this one and this one, they're talking about the butterfly and the moth. So that word helped me to understand that they are alike in that way, that they eat the same green plants and they are both flying insects. So that one just, I'm sorry, for the both flying insects and they eat the same green plants, those are separate. But the both flying insects, that helped me understand that they're talking about both of them, or talking about the butterfly and the moth when they fly. I hope I didn't confuse you on that because I started to kind of go off, but oh no. But when I'm saying both, we were just talking about the flying insects, the butterfly and the moth. All right, comparing, we have that, and they eat the same green plants. Contrasting, the butterflies, they have brightly colored wings, and most moths do not have brightly colored wings. So when we contrast, we are looking at differences. So I want you to think about this. This text was important because it helped us determine the similarities and differences between the butterflies and moths. So, what does it mean? What does text importance mean? Well, if you said, if you had to determine it, if you said that it meant that we were reading and we were deciding why we were reading it, what they're trying to teach us, that is the importance of it. And determining that will help you understand it a little bit more. Also, making sure, you want to make sure that you're paying attention to those signal words. So we talked about those signal words to help you identify, like the word both. So how will you use what we practiced when you read on your own? That's my question for you. How are you going to use what we've practiced? Even if you don't put things in little boxes, that's okay. You can always just put them in your mind. Think of the way things are the same, think of the way things are different, and then look at the text importance. What is the text about? What is it trying to teach us? And that's going to help you understand it a little bit more. All right, my friends, we will go ahead and stop this lesson, and I will see you next time. Love you all.